Hey, Shalom, Israel. Yahweh Hashem Yahushua Baruch Thumb to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Alathun by Hashem Yahushua to the sisters. We got an ISUK started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohanan. Since 1969, we've been teaching the truth according to the Bible. What is the truth? The truth is so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans make up the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. That's right. It makes us the greatest people on the face of the earth. You understand me? And in 2026, Jack, there is nothing more important than learning who you are according to the scriptures. You understand me? And the reason why that's so important is because with that wisdom and knowledge and understanding of these scriptures and learning who you are, what is one of the first things that we learn to do once we find out who we are, once we start to find out certain things that are in this book? What's one of the first things that we're taught to do? Go ahead.
Keep the commandments.
And what's one of the commandments? You're correct, but I'm looking for one specific. But you're right in saying that.
Come together.
That's true. Now, you right there to bring me home. In the midst of coming together, what must you do? In the midst of you coming together with your people, there's something else that you'll do by default. When you say coming together, what do you mean by coming together? Because I might help you understand the question a little bit better.
Like treat each other better.
That's true. Now think about what you said, right? You said when we learn the truth, we come together. And in the midst of us coming together, what will we start to do by default? Go ahead, you want to give it a crack?
We're gonna communicate, we're gonna talk more about Most High.
Yes, that is true, but not what I'm looking for. Anybody online? The brother said, when we learn who we are, we come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments, we start to gather together, right? We come back together as a nation, right? And if we come back together as a nation, what do we do in turn? This is very, very, very important. I'm gonna give y'all a few seconds. If y'all don't get it, I'm gonna throw a name out there, and that should drive the point all the way home. We should lay it down nice and flat for y'all, like General Muhammad like to say. Damn, nobody. So as you find out you're an Israelite, and you find out that the so-called Hispanics, the so-called natives, and the so-called brothers and sisters from the highlands, the Caribbean islands, to be exact. We don't affiliate with goddamn East Indians, right? We don't worship no 8-armed bitch, right? So now we find out and Jamaicans, and them is our brothers, the Trinidadians, them is our sisters, right? We find out that the Puerto Ricans is our brothers and sisters, right? And we start to come together. So in the midst of us coming together, what do we end up doing by default? Man, I laid it down for y'all like that, nice and flat, man, and y'all not gonna give me the answer? That's true. Bring me home. In the midst of us loving each other, what do we do by default? I'm gonna give y'all a few more. I'm telling you, if I give y'all this answer, I'll kick yourself. Go ahead.
Love Christ.
That's true. And in the midst of that, what will you begin to do?
We'll share with them.
That's true. Nobody online got it either? Nolan Wells. What should his parents have known if it wasn't for Christianity, which we're going to get into? Go ahead.
His parents should have known who the enemy was.
Right, which means we start to separate, man. And we start to separate. As we come together, you got to think about it. It's all us. So if we're all together, what did we just do? We separated from everybody else. Why? Because that's what we learn in the Bible. Deuteronomy 7:6 called us a holy people. And the church tells us that holy means that you walk around with this glow like that fake ass nigga in the last dragon and all this shit, and you floating on air and all this. No, to be holy means to be set apart. The Most High created us to be above all people. He never said equal. He never said the same. He never said none of those things. He said above all people. So by us being above all people, what did he do?
Separated.
He separated us. You get what I'm saying? And that's one of the most important things that we learn coming into this truth. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, because of Christianity, you know what I'm saying, the brother Nolan family did not know this because they probably went to church every Sunday. But see, the pastor's going to teach you about everything but what's really in this book. You get what I'm saying? That's why I'm good. Every time the Lord allows me to sit in this seat, which is an absolute pleasure to be sitting amongst y'all every Thursday, I'm grateful for the opportunity to teach this truth. Every week I'm allowed to do this. I'm going to remind y'all 26, 27, 36, 37. It doesn't matter. We are the greatest people on the face of the earth. And in whatever year we're in, there is nothing more important than learning that you are an Israelite. Because in learning that you're an Israelite, you're going to learn that there's a certain way to live. You're going to learn that there's certain things that you're supposed to do. And you're going to learn that there's certain things that you're not supposed to do. You understand me? I am preaching officer Shabal coming to you live from Las Vegas, where we have classes every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 7 to 9 p.m. Tuesday is the Brotherhood class. Wednesday is the Biblical Law class. Thursday is the Scripture Breakdown class. You know what I'm saying? We are at 1239 East Charleston Boulevard out here in Las Vegas. You know what I'm saying? We do have the West Coast Barbecue coming up in October, from October 1st to the 4th. We will have an itinerary soon, Lord allowed, and we will be posting the itinerary. We have already booked the Westgate Hotel. The link has been posted. It will be, as we get closer and closer to the date, we'll be posting that link more and more often, because there's a deadline to book your rooms at the rate that they set up for us, you know what I'm saying, for that particular weekend. So if you book outside of that cutoff date, or you don't use that link, you will not get the discount that the Westgate provides us. All right. If anyone has any questions, you know what I'm saying, of course, raise your hand. Anybody online, if you have any questions, you know what I'm saying, feel free to type it in. Lord allow, I'll be able to answer your question tonight. If I'm not able to answer your question tonight, I will write it down. Lord allow, I will have your answer by next week's class, right? If no one has any questions, right, there's a couple of things that I want to go into, right? The main topic for tonight, though, is we're going to be destroying the lies of Christianity. That's what we're going to do tonight. Because, again, as long as Christianity is allowed to stand, without us coming up against it, unfortunately, we're going to turn on the TV and we're going to see more incidents like what happened with the brother Wells and you know, a couple other brothers and sisters that y'all gonna hear about throughout this class. All right, but we have to destroy the lies of Christianity, and not just Christianity, but all these other religions, right? But the reason why I personally focus on Christianity the most is because Christianity is the Kool-Aid that our people drink more than any other religion on the face of the planet. I use Kool-Aid for a reason because niggas love Kool-Aid. Right. Myself included. Please don't think I was talking about y'all, because like, I will crush, you know what I'm saying, some goddamn some orange Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the few that fucks with the orange, but nigga, that orange is swang, bro. I'm trying to tell y'all. It's the orange one. What's the other one? Like tropical punch. There's another one that I like a whole lot too. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but if I see it in the store, I'm gonna grab a few packs, and you know, that's something that, you know what I'm saying, we must do in moderation, of course, because all the sugar that's going there. Y'all remember, y'all seen House Party, right? Remember when Peanut was making that Kool-Aid? Yeah, we don't want to do that. I ain't never drank no Kool-Aid like that. Nigga, that shit right there, nigga, that shit would probably fuel a rocket ship. I like that sugar up in there. You know what I'm saying? But you know the crazy thing about it is the amount of sugar that he was putting in that Kool-Aid is how much sugar's in the Christian church, if not more. Y'all do with that, please. I'm just saying though, it's pretty sweet up in there. You know what I'm saying? And I do not mean that in a good way. You get my point. So if anyone has any questions, again, feel free. If not, I'm gonna go into a couple things because these things have to be talked about. Because once again, the church will not tell you these things. They will not bring out these stories. They will not bring out these examples. You know what I'm saying? And I found a couple of good ones, man, that stood out to me that I believe that, you know what I'm saying, we should be talking about. Because again, the whole point of these classes is to wake our people up to the truth, according to this Bible. So now when I get into the topic, as y'all already know, I'm gonna lay out a list of stories and or videos, and I tie them all together, you know what I'm saying, with the scriptures at the end. So there will be a few videos that'll be played, you know what I'm saying, and it might not make sense in the beginning, but I promise you by the end of the class, it'll make perfect sense, all right? Anybody got anything online, McGaw? All right, cool. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, right? But as always, if anyone has a question, right, and y'all can type it in the chat, no matter what it is that we're talking about. Right? If the brother catches it, you know what I'm saying? Again, this is the scripture breakdown class, so the main thing is answering questions, right? But we always have a topic lined up just in case there are no questions. Because imagine me sitting here without a topic and nobody has any questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna sit here, although I would love to sit here for 2 hours and say that the white man is the devil and speak out against, you know, all kind of different things. But you know, we're better. You know what I'm saying? So it's always good to have a topic prepared, which is what I did. All right. So since no one has any questions, let me get that Tiana Taylor story, McGaw, if you don't mind. Right? Who knows who that sister is? Go ahead.
Wasn't she married to Amon Shumpert?
She was married to Amon Shumpert, right? And for a little bit, I'm definitely not giving her a pass. I'm bringing this story up for a reason, right? So now, before she played in that one movie that like really blew her up, and before she came up with that last CD that she came out with that really like put her out there, she was really known as a gold digger because of how her relationship with Shumpert ended, and it really painted her in a bad light. You know what I'm saying? But she did a movie. I forget the name of the movie. I never seen it myself. I think it's Leonardo DiCaprio. Is that the dude that's in that movie? I think he got nominated for some awards. I don't even know the name. I just know that everybody was talking about how good she was in that movie. Chances are they probably gave her a major prop because there was probably some kind of love scene with, you know what I'm saying, DiCaprio, whoever her co-star was or whatever. The bottom line is she was getting a lot of positive press, and she was blowing up and getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Right? You looking up the movie, McGaw? You know the sad part about it? I couldn't even say if that's the one. I know it just came out within the last year or two. Somebody in the chat, what's the name of the movie that she did that was hella popular? Yeah. I keep wanting to say Sinners, but I don't think she was in Sinners, which I never seen that either. But it was a real popular album, and she either got nominated for an award or she won an award. I can't even remember. But the bottom line is, she started blowing up because of it, right? It's like popular yet?
No,
Oh, that's the name of it? Okay, so it is DiCaprio, right? And so anyway, so she blew up, right? Because that movie. Then she came up with, you know what I'm saying? She had a CD come out and all kinds of shit. So she was doing her thing, right? And her name was Buzzy, right? And now because of this the story that the brother's getting ready to read, y'all gonna see now that star is not shining so bright. And what we have to understand is, as quick as they'll build you up, they'll tear you down just as quick if you're not willing to go with the program. You dig what I'm saying? That's Hollywood, right? In this context, I 100% agree with this sister. You see what I'm saying? The brother about to bust it down right now. Go ahead and give him to him when you got it, dog.
People are
They're doing what?
He said LGBTQ don't belong in children's cartoons.
They don't belong where?
In children's cartoons.
In children's cartoons. What are they doing to her?
Boycott.
They're boycotting her. I need y'all to understand. They are boycotting this woman because she said that the alternative lifestyle does not belong in children's cartoons.
Right.
Do y'all realize how sick and disgusting that is? So because y'all boycotting her, the only way I can take that is y'all prefer that these things be put in these cartoons. Because that makes me believe that y'all think that lifestyle is okay to push on children. Right. You see what I'm saying? I grew up in an era where a majority, if not all the cartoons, were basically based on good and evil. Wow. It was rarely anything that made you question who you were as a boy, as a girl, any of those things, whether it was He-Man, whether it was Transformers, goddamn Transword Z, goddamn GoBots, Voltron. I can go on and on and on. But in all those cartoons, there was always a common theme. You had the good guys or good robots versus the bad guys or robots, right? And it was very rare that there was any type of love scenes whatsoever. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
You fast forward to today, and these cartoons are polluted with all kinds of wickedness. Now, I'm not saying that there were some cartoons at that time that didn't slip through the cracks. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is they were few and far between.
Right.
But today, that's all you see on the TV. And who watches TV the most? Kids. Because most of us as parents, we're so busy trying to provide for them kids that we'll sit them down in front of the TV,
right,
and say, "Here you go, watch this," and don't bother me. I'm you know what I'm saying? I got a deadline or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And you could get away with that to an extent. You know what I'm saying? Doing my right. But nowadays, you sit a kid in front of a TV for too long, and the next thing you know, that girl's gonna be 4 years old and she don't know how to pop it on the wall. She's gonna be upside down doing handstands, knowing how to pop it. And I know that sounds crazy as hell with me saying that. Unfortunately, it's reality. How do I know? Because these stupid bitches is making TikToks showing their niece or showing their daughter doing the exact same thing that I'm talking about. And what happens? It goes viral. Why? Because pedophilia is okay today. I'm not saying that. Society is saying that. How can I sit here and say with confidence that society is saying that pedophilia and alternative lifestyle is okay? How can I sit here and say that with such confidence? Who knows? Go ahead.
Somebody speak up against it, they get whacked.
You see what I'm saying? They're boycotting her. So chances are, unless she does a 180, you might not see her in a movie unless it's a fucking Tubi movie. And I'm not Tubi. The reason why I use Tubi as an example is she went from, I don't know how many awards that movie was nominated for, but she's gonna go from that to Tubi. And when you look at it, that's not even day. You see what I'm saying? But if she's willing to maintain that integrity, she'll take those Tubi movies because some income is better than no income. You know what I'm saying? Because who knows what her next movie was going to actually do. And I'm going to tell you something. Don't be surprised if she does do a 180 and they say, you serious about that? Are you sincere? Okay, well, we're going to put you in the next movie. And in this movie, you will play anybody? Alternative goddamn lifestyle. Because they will make sure that you mind. They will make sure that you remember who's in charge. You see what I'm saying? They are boycotting this woman. And now she didn't say, "Oh, I think black on black crime is cool. I think murder is cool. You know what I'm saying? I think the R word is cool. I think all these things is cool." She didn't say none of those things. She didn't even say black power. Good.
I'm in disbelief by it. It's going to show you that children are protected. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
And that's the thing that we got to realize as black people.
Right.
Children are targeted. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, 1,000%.
Our children are targeted on their backs. And if you try to jump in front of that bullet for them, if you try to protect them, if you try to defend them, you're crucified for them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
1,000%. No, go ahead. If you want to put it out, do you think?
I was going to say the best way to make sure that we can destroy it as a community is to make sure that our children is destroyed because they are.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
You are 1,000% correct, right? And that's why this topic tonight is so important. Destroying the lives of Christianity, right? So here's the thing, right? Y'all might not remember this song, right? But I can't remember the name of the song, but it was Whitney Houston. And how she started that song by saying, "I believe the children are the future." One of the most popular songs she ever did. But if y'all look it up for yourselves, y'all see, you know what I'm saying, that song blew the hell up because at one point in time, there was a mind state, or you know, the mind state that, you know what I'm saying, the children were the future, right? So now I don't agree with a whole bunch of stuff when it comes to Snoop Dogg, right? The Doggy came out when he took his grandson, I think it was, to a movie. I think it was that new Lion King, I think, or something like that. And it was a gay scene in the Lion King. Right. Now think about that for a second. This is a movie about lions. Why is there faggot shit in a movie about lions? So you telling me the lions is gay? Let me go from roar to the nigga claws come out and they pain and shit. What you talking about? He's supposed to be the king of the jungle. The king is not a queen of the jungle. What the hell is going on? Right? And so Snoop tried to bust it down to his grandson, and he got scorched for that. But we all know what he did because he yellow as hell. He more yellow than this cup I'm drinking out of. He did a 180. And that's why he's doing goddamn sketches commercials. And they made him buy to Kiss the Rain too. How do I know? Because I just was told yesterday that there's pictures of this cat wearing goddamn toe rings. Now I'm not glorifying his lifestyle, but in a majority of his career, it was all about Long Beach cripping, East Side 20s, and keeping it gangster and all that. Now again, I'm not glorifying his lifestyle, but the gangsters I grew up with, nigga, they didn't do the toe ring thing. Matter of fact, niggas didn't even have their toes out. Nigga, if you came outside nigga some goddamn shower shoes or anything like that, niggas was pressing. And not the way the alternative lifestyle like depression. You know what I'm saying? Because they like depression in a whole different way. You get what I'm saying? but I'm just saying though, like that was a code, and that code is gone. And this right here is a perfect example of that, right? Somebody give me Romans 1:25, please. Somebody give me Romans 1:25. Because what we're gonna do is we're gonna show our citizens love, because there's lies that are constantly thrown at us claiming that we hate women. And the reason why that lie is consistently pushed out there about us hating women is because we do what you hoe ass niggas don't have the courage to do, which is correct women. Right. We do it out of love, not because we hate them. Now, here's what I want to know, Shalom. How the hell can we hate women when we teach out the Bible that a man can have more than one woman? It don't sound like hate to me, brother. I don't know about you, Jack. That However, the Most High said what? He chastened who he loved, right? And we're supposed to be following the Lord, right? Okay, then. So if we chastising our women, we do it out of love. Same thing with our kids. Nobody get mad at us for chastising our kids. Well, nowadays they probably do. But y'all get the point though. For the most part, you don't catch a lot of heat for chastising your kids.
Right.
But you get chastised for, you know what I'm saying, or you get criticized and shamed for trying to correct a woman. And the whole thing about it is, if we did, some of these things that are going on probably wouldn't even be going on right now, because we know who runs the church. You see what I'm saying? So now imagine if they were put in their place. Do you really think that this agenda would be pushed the way it's being pushed? Right. You know, I can sit here and I can talk about this all night, but you know what's better than me talking? The Bible talking. Right? Let's get it, man.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25.
Shoot it.
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
Who did what?
Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
So now, at one point in time, right, and it wasn't that long ago, that lifestyle, that community was more underground than a local rapper, because you could not let it be known that you was playing on that song. See what I'm saying? I grew up in the era that if they found out that you was zestfully clean, they was whooping your ass. And there was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. If you showed any signs of femininity, they was going to find you to the point to where you straightened up. Literally. You see what I'm saying? That's what it was. Or you either stop coming around or niggas chase you off the block. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
So is that where like that term, like being in the closet, then coming out the closet, is that where that whole term come from? Like back in the day, because it was all in the closet. Like they had to be in secret doing the weird stuff.
Yes.
So now it's like,
yeah, because there's another term that was thrown around back then too. Anybody familiar with the term closet homosexual? Anybody ever heard that before? Yeah, that's where it comes from, because someone was literally in the closet. Literally. You know what I'm saying? Swapping broomsticks with each other. Right? And then some of them, it was figured. In most cases, it was figurative. But again, there was some cases where it was literal. And I know I'm laughing at it, but it really ain't nothing to laugh at, because there's nothing more disgusting than Saucy Santana. Right? And if you listen to him, this all started when? Anybody know how he became what he is today?
He was blessed.
When? Thank you. So I'm saying, I'm not giving him no pass at all. But I'm just saying though, you know what I mean?
Right.
Our children are not being protected the way they're supposed to be, and now it's to the point to where that lifestyle has more protection than a black or a brown man. You gotta think about that. There's laws against harming one of them dudes or one of them chicks. You know what I'm saying? You want to ask them?
But man, we have to understand that alternative lifestyle is a direct result of child abuse.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That child was abused one way or another, and if they wasn't abused sexually, you could best believe they was abused verbally.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? When they did that study, 90% of all alternative lifestyle men and women, they experience some form of child abuse. And for us to accept the result of child abuse, you are supporting children being abused in the first place.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not for child abuse. I believe that children should be unharmed.
Right.
And I believe that children that suffer from illness or whatever they're suffering from as a direct result of the abuse, I want to alter that. I want to fix that. You see what I'm saying? And that's the reason that we have to speak up against alternative lifestyle.
Right. No doubt about it. And also, let's not forget that child abuse is not limited to just physically or verbally. What else is another example of child abuse? Go ahead.
And taking them to those movies where they're seeing, where they're not speaking against it, where they seeing, you know, I started watching the books and films and things like that.
You right and you own it, but it's not quite what I'm looking for. Go ahead.
Emotional abuse.
That's true as well, but not what I'm looking for. All y'all got good answers. You was closer when you said taking them to movies and stuff like that. What are they doing?
Teaching them that it's okay.
That's true. It's something else I'm looking for. I'll give it to y'all for time's sake, right? Child abuse is allowing them to see that lifestyle in the house.
Right.
You gotta think about it. If your mom is on the other side and she's bringing all these females in the house, and this child is watching these two women interact with each other, by default, what is that child gonna think?
Right.
This is normal.
Right.
So this is what I have to do when I grow up. It's no different than if a child sees his mother have a revolving door of men. It's the same thing. You get what I'm saying? That is an example of child abuse.
Right.
We just don't talk about it as if it's child abuse, but in reality it is, because how do most men become womanizers? And I don't mean a man having more than one woman. I'm talking about a womanizer. Everybody knows what a womanizer is, right? So for those, you know what I'm saying, that might not know, a womanizer is a cat that will gas brought up and will tell her everything that she wants to hear, sleep with her, and change his number, and then go on to the next one, and then the next one, and so on and so forth. You get my point? But why would he think that was okay, or why would that female think? Because girls are players too. Why would they think like that? Because that's what they saw. That's a form of child abuse. You get what I'm saying? Whoever got that scripture, read it again from the top, please.
The book of Romans, chapter 1, verse 25. Who changed the truth of God into a lie?
There's scriptures in the Old Testament that speaks against homosexuality. The
Right.
Lord calls it a what? I'm looking for one word. What is the Most High call that lifestyle? Awesome. Yes, but not what I'm looking for. What is it in His sight?
An abomination.
An abomination. Think about it. Look, I just want y'all to think about it. He could have used all kind of words. He said an abomination.
Right.
That's how he feels. That's what the Lord said. Right? Keep reading.
And worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen.
So, in this context, the creature is manifold, meaning it has multiple meanings. So the creature could be, based on the topic that we're talking about, could be Christianity. Right? The creature could be the so-called white man. Right? Why? Because who pushes this agenda more than anybody else? The so-called white man and the Christian church. Right? Like, I mean, am I saying something that sounds crazy? Because if you now, I'm not saying y'all would go. I'm just saying though, if you just fuck, I'm gonna go check it out for myself. But this ain't a while. And you went and sat in the back of the church, and you turned your gator on. That motherfucker gonna be going crazy the whole time. You ain't even gonna be able to sit in there too long. That motherfucker just gonna be beeping the whole time because it's gonna be gays to the left, gays to the right. You know what I'm saying? What that nigga Luther say? Holes over here, holes over there. Well, in the church, you're gonna say, bag over here, bag over there. Man, I didn't mean to say that, it's like, but y'all get my point. I'm just saying that's what you'll see. Whether it's the drummer,
Right.
whether it's the Captain Morgan, or whether it's the pastor himself. And don't think because the pastor has a first lady that he's on the straight and narrow.
Right.
Do not think that. Do not let the shiny suit fool you. Because what you should know is when you see that shiny suit, you're gonna see that clean face. And that right there is a dead giveaway. How do I know? Look at the Magic Man. Look at his boy. Look at Dwayne Wade and his boy. I mean, I'm just saying. You got one cat that looks like he's on the straight and narrow. The other cat's taking a straight and narrow. Shut up. Go ahead. Stop it. gonna be a mob of them out there at the end of the class. Be like the Adams and smoke. There's gonna be a whole rainbow coalition outside the class. Nigga, we heard what you said. Nigga neck gonna be snapping like Merc Hanks around there. Nigga, you say that shit now. It's like, go ahead, let me stop. Man.
God, man, that's funny as hell. I was gonna say, like, I pray that everybody might watch it and everybody in the room realize, like, the entire point of these laws, the entire point of the Lord saying it's acceptable and it's not acceptable, it's just so we can hold each other accountable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, we have to hold each other accountable for our mistakes. In America, that's the one thing they don't want you to do.
No.
That's why they tell you can do whatever it is you want. You can be as free as you want to be.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they don't have to hold themselves accountable because they know that if we are not accountable for our actions, then the Lord is not going to be with us.
Right.
Which means they could be over us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So only a slave would accept alternative lifestyles.
Right.
Only a slave would be against the things that we said.
Okay. Y'all think that it's okay to live this lifestyle? Okay. Now you have to accept the punishments that come along with living that lifestyle. You see what I'm saying? This is why when you look around, you see, which is the craziest thing to me, you see women who claim to hate men, but do everything in their power to look just like a man. You say you hate men, but you go to the store and you buy toys that a man naturally has. And what's even crazier than that is you put this part on you and you use it on another woman and you all excited as if you can actually feel what this woman is feeling. And you actually get excited about it as if that really is a part of you. But you hate men. But yet you're trying to give this pleasure to a woman with the same thing that a man was born with. That's divine affection. That's one of the examples of divine affection that the Lord is talking about, right? Which goes against nature. Keep going.
Verse 27. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman.
Leaving what?
The natural use of the woman.
Yeah, they say we hate women. We use the natural use of a woman to the fullest extent of the law around this one, bitch. I'm trying to tell you, Jack. Listen, you know what? I'm just gonna leave it there. Y'all fill in the blanks on your own. But y'all heard what the Lord said about the brother, right? Keep going.
Burn in their lust one toward another.
Y'all realize how disgusting that is? Like, listen, man. I can't. It goes back to what Shalom was saying about the studies, as far as it being 90%, because as a man, I couldn't imagine looking at another man with any type of interest whatsoever other than that being my brother. Let me see if I can get that brother in this truth. That's about it. And the brother that's in here, we're gonna go shoot some pool. We might build up some links. You know what I'm saying? We probably shouldn't use links. But we put some chicken on the guy. We got fat. We got damn, man. This topic right here, man. I mean, listen, you say the wrong thing, whatever would go anywhere. All right, listen, the bottom line is this. the men started having a lust towards other men. That's not normal. You get what I'm saying? You want to know why we're destroyed as a nation? You want to know why we're suffering in this wicked empire? Because you got men running around lusting after other men. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Men with men.
Men with men. So just in case y'all thought I was making this up, just in case y'all thought I was being extra, you know what I'm saying? Now, I might be, you know what I'm saying, throwing the jokes in there, right? But we are reading out the Bible. He literally said, what?
Men with men.
Men with men is what he said. Keep going.
Working that which is unseemly.
Working that which is unseemly. Right? Y'all use your imagination on why it's unseemly. Because I really don't want the page taken down. So I'm not gonna, y'all just going to be, it's not even that difficult to figure out. You know what I'm saying? A man is supposed to give. He is never supposed to receive. You see what I'm saying? Unless he's playing, you know what I'm saying, wide receiver. That's okay. Any type of receiving outside of that, unless he was, you know, never. Again, y'all have to use y'all's imagination because there is a type of receiving that we are, but that's in its natural use. I told y'all we use women in a natural order around here. You know what I'm saying? That type of receiving is okay. Any type of receiving outside of that, you know what I'm saying? You niggas is out of balance. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. So we have to come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. That's the only thing that's going to get us right. Finish the rest of that for me, please.
Come. And receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was me.
What is the main? First of all, that word "meat" means recompense of their error, which was right, meaning they deserve the recompense for their error. So now, what is the number one recompense that community receives for their error?
Seasons.
Yes, specifically, because you're right.
STD.
Bring me home. That's the one. How do you know? Because you can rarely turn the TV on now without seeing a commercial about a pill that supposedly fights against HIV. So what does that do by default? Wait a minute. Is it pill that keep me from getting HIV? Nigga, I'm finna hit all the man pussy I can get my hands on around this motherfucker. It is on. Nigga, where's the closest Stars and Stripes club that I can find? Nigga, because it's about to be raining men around this motherfucker. Nigga, I'm finna pop a few of these goddamn, whatever them things on that commercial, and it's gonna be raining in this motherfucker. Listen, I don't say this as if it's a good thing. However, creating a pill that allegedly fights against HIV for alternative lifestyle men is the equivalence of us finding out that our wives are on birth control. Because we all straight men in here, and the niggas that's watching this class online are all straight men in here. So when we find out that our wives is on birth control, it is like the happiest day of our lives. Why? Because we know, nigga, it is on. Niggas finna go get him some Hennessy, some motherfucking Country Time lemonade, right? Or whatever he cut his Hennessy with, right? Nigga might go get a honey pack, who knows? Nigga gonna go to the gym, do some extra push-ups. That nigga might go run a couple of laps. He finna get his endurance up because he done found out, right, that he can kick in the door without recompense. I mean, I'm just saying though, man. Listen, man. I'm just keeping it all the way with y'all, man. That's why if y'all know me, y'all been listening to these guys, y'all already know. I'm a straight shooter because the men above me are straight shooters, and I do mean, nigga, we straight around here. So y'all can take that literally, or y'all can take it figuratively. But either way, everything here straight. Ain't nothing crooked around here. I'm trying to tell you, right? So now, did anybody have any questions on that topic or anything that they want to add to that? Everybody good? Go ahead, brother.
Overall, like, yeah, the same with it. That part of that is, you know, growing up, we grew up, all right, so around and most people kind of see in our childhood, you see like Blood Bunny trying to deceive someone.
Right.
And, or that, you know, put on women's outfit.
Yeah.
Whatever, and dress up. Now, we know, we watching this as kids, we know that they're doing this to deceive. Also, this is an animal. Like, I don't see myself in this character.
Right.
You got, like, other stuff, like powerful girls, they portray a gay character as the most evil character in the whole show.
Okay.
Like, then we, as we get older, we start to see that change. Like, it changed everything, and you know, like, the show called, what was it? I remember that show called Steven Universe, where basically, in the full fledged LGBT community had their creation of this. I believe the woman who created it is gay. And basically the character, the male character, over time, he ends up getting a girlfriend or whatever. You think they cool boy, girl, that's why they end up using and forming some hermaphrodite type shit, like, in order to get more power. So when kids are like, you become this other abomination, you get more power. Maybe you instead of you being a man, it's like they changed everything in the show. Like, instead of him carrying the sword, her, even if she was going to carry it, she would be a shield bearer. Instead, he's the one running in there, trying in there with the sword, while he carries the shield. And I mean, you got to be protected, but I'm not going to let my woman be me. Right. Like, it's like everything in that show was back. All shows. That was like 2014, I think. One time, everything after that, I think that was worse.
Man, that's ridiculous, right? So now we off of that. So now we're gonna go into the next story, right? We're gonna talk about Cameron real quick, right? And I know Cameron's a brother in the world, but he's catching a lot of heat right now for something that he said, right? Go ahead and pull that from the ball if you could, right? So now this brother right here, again, he's in the world and he says some things, you know what I'm saying, that a worldly person would say, right? Which is something that they never give him flack about, right? But the one time that he says something that's actually righteous, right? He catches flack for this, right? Go ahead and pull it when you got it. It's a video, right? So in this video, right, the brother's gonna play the clip of the video, right? And I'm gonna have to end it there because the cat that made the video trying to talk about Cam and what he said, the brother starts to break down Cameron's name, what his name is, and all this other kind of stuff, right? What that brother doesn't know is that all of our names come from the slave master. You see what I'm saying? So his name being French, Canadian, whatever it was they said, because I didn't listen to the whole thing. The reason why it stood out to me is because he was trying to claim that Cam was ignorant for shitting on Africa because we come from Africa. And one thing that we will continue to say in here is living in Africa and being born in Africa does not make you an African.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If I was born in the ocean, would that make me ocean?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If my mom was hiking and she was way up at the top of goddamn Mount Everest, and she gave birth way up there, does that make me Mount Everest?
Right.
You dig what I'm saying? So where you're born has nothing to do with what you're born. You dig what I'm saying? And what Cameron says makes a lot of sense. And he said something that was very important. You got it, brother? All right. Yeah, man. Watch this. And then the whole thing about it is, y'all let me know what's wrong with what he said, because what he said made when you hear what he said and then you think about Africans, right? And I know some people will say, I work with an African cat. He cool as hell. Okay, you're making it an individual thing. Oh, my sister dated an African man. You're still making it an individual thing. Oh, I went on a couple dates with African women. Okay, you're still making it an individual thing. We're talking about as a race of people, right? Go ahead, brother.
Christianity and the white man does a good job. Yeah, that's like a push that you got to have a personal relationship with God, personal relationship with this. Everything got to be so personal. You see what I'm saying? Because they know that the reality is not how the Lord sees us. We came into captivity together. We're going to leave this captivity together. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We're going to get our salvation together. It's nothing about what the Lord does that's individual.
Right.
When they teach you that everything is so personal and individual, you can't see the evil that these nations commit against your people.
Right.
Because of one personal relationship that you got with this one African that you're slave,
right.
one white man that you're slave. You see what I'm saying? We got to look at the bigger picture.
Right.
The same way the Lord looks at the bigger picture.
Exactly. No, what you're saying is 1,000% correct. You got it, brother? All right, check him out.
Cameron saying he's not an African and Africa stinks.
I'm not African. Same with the African told me people stink.
Now, obviously, this is ridiculously disrespectful and ignorant, but I love you. So let's approach this empirically. Why don't we do a history of the name Cameron Giles? Giles is a medieval French name originally used by the followers of the one.
I might have wrong where he doesn't go into everything that Cameron said, right? When Cameron was saying, like, I'm not African. You know what I'm saying? We're not Africans. You know what I'm saying? Africans stink, right? So now, what? Because you work with one that don't? You telling me that? I mean, you've seen the commercials. So they got flies around them. What are flies attracted to? Anybody?
Shit.
Okay. And y'all telling me shit smell good? But listen, I can't stand my own smell. So I can smell like if they come out the bathroom. Go ahead, brother.
My concern. I saw a video of it.
That's my point. So now, which one of y'all that love Africa so much and is clinging to Africa so much? Which one of y'all are doing that? Which one of you women out there that love Africa so much? Which one of y'all are taking part in their rituals? Right? And we all know what's part of African culture if you're a female. You have your pleasure part cut off. Right? And without your pleasure part, there's no point in you being a woman. I ain't no woman, but I would imagine this is really shit. Whatever. Listen, the bottom line is that what Cameron said was, I'm not African, right? I'm a Black American, right? Africans don't even fuck with us, is what he said, right? Paraphrasing, but that's what he said, right? They don't even like us, is what he was saying, right? So now, to that cat that made that video, right? And to all those people who are so convinced that we are Africans because we come from Africa, although nobody can tell you which part of the African tribe that they come from. Nobody can tell you why the Africans have not come back to claim you. Nobody can tell you why the Africans are the ones that locked you up and sold you in the first place. I'm still waiting on an African to get on TV and say, hey, if y'all let people go, if we coming over there and we dropping bombs. Right. See what I'm saying? If y'all don't come through here, listen, man, y'all got 30 days to open up the goddamn flights and trains and everything. We want our people. And if we don't get our people back, it's gonna be a full-fledged war. Y'all heard that yet? Huh? Okay, so let's go into the Zondervan real quick, right? And so for those that don't know, the Zondervan Bible Dictionary was created by a group of scholars who came together with the sole purpose of trying to debunk that so-called Black, Hispanic, Native Americans are the true Israelites according to the Bible. They found out that they could not debunk that. So therefore, they had to give in to the fact that we are the biblical Jews, and they came up with this dictionary, you know what I'm saying, based on extensive research, right? And so in this book, there's a definition of ham. This is found on page 213. Ham, listen closely, you African loving son bitches. I want y'all to hear this and hear this good. Ham, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races. Nigga said, "Uh-oh, yeah, he just got himself." Not the Negroes. Read that again. He became the progenitor or forefather of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, the Ethiopians, the Libyans, and Canaanites. So now, where do y'all fit in there? All you African loving son bitches, where do y'all fit in there? Y'all think Libyans? Which part of Libya y'all niggas from? Let me get it. I know. Y'all niggas Egypt. Y'all seen the Remember the Time video. Y'all niggas think y'all Egyptians now, right? Okay, I understand. I got you. Ethiopians, right? Y'all them skinny niggas with the big beer bellies, right? That's them y'all people, right? Y'all gonna claim them? Y'all gonna claim the niggas with the big plate y'all and they lips? Where's y'all plate? Right? Let's drive the point home some more, because this right here is how you know that we're not like them, right? Let me get Genesis chapter 9, verse 18. Check this out. Let's get Genesis 9, 18. Go ahead, brother.
I don't know this person was speaking. Not Big Vincent. So Big Vincent, he was a chance to ride from Miami Chance. They was the same group. Chance to ride
Yeah.
But Big Vincent's father is Ghana. That is an African whose mother he married a white woman in Nigeria.
Shocker.
So this isn't even a nigga talking to niggas. And niggas looking at him thinking he's a light skinned nigga and listening to him like he's saying anything, he's not saying shit. It's fine.
And what happened was, the reason why he's speaking out, now that I know that information, he was offended because he was disrespected. That's why he said what he said was disrespectful. Because you're one of the few Africans that probably don't smell. See what I'm saying? One of the few. Let's get it, man. Who got that?
The book of Genesis, chapter 9, verse 18.
Uh-huh.
And the sons of Noah that went forth of the ark.
The sons of who, by the way?
Noah.
The sons of Noah, right? We just read that in the Donovan that he's the youngest son of Noah, right? Okay, so the Bible correlates what they said, right? All right, cool. Let's go.
That went forth of the ark.
Uh-huh.
Were Shem and Ham and Japheth.
Uh-huh.
And Ham is the father of Canaan.
He's the what?
Ham is the father of Canaan.
The father of the Negroes.
Of Canaan.
Okay.
These, verse 19, these are the 3 sons of Noah,
Uh-huh.
and of them was the whole earth overspread.
Uh-huh.
Verse 20, and Noah began to be an husband, and he planted a vineyard,
Uh-huh.
and he drank of the wine,
Uh-huh.
and was drunken, and he was uncovered within his tent.
For those that don't understand, Noah had a little bit too much drink. You know what I'm saying? He passed out. He didn't have no clothes. You know what I'm saying? Let's not make it no more than what it is. He just had a little bit too much drink. We've all been there. Keep going.
Verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And Ham, the father of Canaan,
See how they driving that point home again? Go ahead.
saw the nakedness of his father and told his 2 brethren without.
You know what I'm saying? Keep reading.
23.
Uh-huh.
And Shem and Japheth took a garment and laid it upon both their shoulders,
Uh-huh.
and went backward.
And did what?
And went backward. And covered the nakedness of their father.
Uh-huh.
And their faces were backward, and they saw not their father's nakedness.
Now, we're going to stop right there, because here's the thing. Shem and Japheth, they didn't want to see their father naked, so they covered him up, and they did it backwards. So they never saw their father naked, right? Ham went in there and seen his father naked and got excited and told his brothers. That right there, the first sign of homosexuality, right there. Why the hell did you want to see your father naked? And why would you get excited and go tell your brothers? See what I'm saying? If you had any respect for your father, you know what I'm saying, you would have been the one to cover him up. You would have went into, oh shit, would have turned your head real quick, just like we all do. You know what I'm saying? In a situation to where we see something that we didn't intend to see or don't want to see. We turn away real quick, right? Well, that's what he should have did, right? The whole thing about it, the reason why he didn't is because we all know that the homosexual custom comes from anybody? Go ahead. Yes. Specifically though? Yes. What was it like? Real rant.
So
That's true. Egypt.
oh,
You know what I'm saying? How do you know? All you gotta do, hey, do they not have the whole bald head with the little piece of hair on the back of their head, right? And then now they can grow a full beard, but instead they had that one little patch. It don't get no better looking than that. And they pushed that shit on us. And had us thinking that it was cool. And the only reason why we thought it was cool is because we don't know who we are. And the reason why we don't know who we are is because our leaders, our so-called leadership has failed us. Christianity has failed us, right? So the reason why I wanted to speak on this is because for everybody that's coming out against Cam and talking bad about him and talking about, man, that's the motherland, the Bible doesn't call Africa the motherland. I haven't seen a scripture where it says that the land of Ham or the land of Egypt is the motherland, right? It's the Garden of Eden, if I'm not mistaken, right, Sean? So y'all telling me that the Garden of Eden is Africa? I didn't read that. So unless there's a scripture in there that relates it to, then I'll say, you know what, y'all got me. But until then, I'm gonna stand on the fact that Africa is not the motherland. That is propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Pushed by the so-called white man. Why? Because he wants us to be everything but who we really are. Go ahead, brother. Uh-huh.
Scriptures, the entire earth was populated in Genesis. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like Christians like to make it seem like one person popped up somewhere and then one woman popped up somewhere, and then from there humanity starts to spread on earth. But the Bible says that men and women he made alike at the same time. You see what I'm saying? Humanity was dropped on a planet the same way all the animals were dropped on the planet, the same way the ocean was dropped on the planet, the same way all the trees were dropped on the planet, the same way all the birds were dropped on the planet. You see what I'm saying? So trying to condense a so-called motherland to Africa is pure ignorance if you have any common sense.
Yeah. And what the brother said is real. You know what I'm saying? And I know, listen, I know a lot of Africans are gonna be mad, and I know a whole bunch of African lovers are gonna be mad, right, McCall? So when we go out there, right, so we're gonna have to deal with the community people, right? They're gonna probably be out there lined up, right? In the midst of us trying to fight through the community being mad at us, right? You're gonna see somebody pull up in a 1992 Toyota Celica, right? And he's gonna turn the lights off, and he's gonna put his window down, and all you're gonna hear is, what the fuck? Nigga, they can get a drive-by on your ass. Nigga, them niggas out there shooting darts. Niggas hanging out the window, I put my hand up. Nigga shooting darts. So we listen, man. So when we leave up out of here, man, that's why we stay with the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Because they poisonous darts cannot hurt us, right, Sean? I don't give a damn if they sharpen them, you know what I'm saying, with the ass of a cow.
Right.
I wouldn't give a damn if they stepped that damn spear up the cow's ass, which they probably did. You see what I'm saying? But we all know, right? They might be coming from them trees over there. They might be swinging and making all this dumbass noise, and you know, but we'll see them coming because you'll see the plate before you see anything else. You know what I'm saying? I think they're gonna come in the goddamn Celica. They're gonna come in on them cows. Right. And we're gonna hear the cow mooing from around the corner, so we're gonna already know to get ready. You see what I'm saying? And all we're gonna do is make burgers. You see what I'm saying? We're gonna fire up that goddamn grill and we're gonna make some burgers. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make hamburgers. Oh, man. Yeah, man, listen, man, that's it on that list. I got something to add. I got one more thing before we go into this whole thing, right? Let me get that the video I sent you about the sister that went on the date. Now this right here, this is gonna bother you a little bit. I hope it bothers you the way it bothered me, because this sister was extremely out of bounds. Her mentality is like those of so many others. And y'all heard me say this so many times in class, and I'm gonna continue to say it, right? As men, we have to do better. And I'm gonna leave it at that for now, because I want y'all to hear some of this video. I'm saying, go ahead and play it when you got it. Check this out. Yeah, that's cool too. Go ahead and read the caption. Check this out, y'all.
Oh, he said, I'm not paying for that. Woman reports awkward dating after man says he's not buying food for kids to take home.
He's not doing what?
He's not buying food for her kids to take home.
Man, let's get it. Check this out. Y'all listen to this, man.
What? You just told me I couldn't take no food home to my kids.
We're on a date. This is our first date, and you ordering extra food.
Oh.
If you order now,
Did y'all catch that? What stood out about that first little bit of the video? What did he say?
He said, that's like your first date.
That's the first date. First date. Keep playing.
the extra food, you need to pay for it. I'm not paying for extra food.
So you telling me if I need to take food home to my kids, you not going to pay for it?
I didn't say that. That's a different story. But if we're on a date trying to get to know each other, and you got the waitress or whatever, but I mean, we're on a date trying to get to know each other, and we eat. I think it's kind of disrespectful, or it's not being considerate that you will order all these 3, 4, 5 kids for your family at home, all these extra to go plates.
3, 4, or 5 extra plates is what that man just said. On the first date. Keep going.
And you think I should pay for them? I'm not paying for them. What kind of guy you think?
If I would order for me to eat, you would have paid for it. But I'm ordering to take home.
I invited you out on a dinner. That's to pay for you. You look at all this food.
Yeah, look at it. Look at it.
Look at this extra food you are.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you can pay for it.
Excuse me.
You can tell.
Yeah, I'm not paying for it.
Right now, couple things. Right, one, Shalimar, you know what I want, right? You know. Grab that, please, right? Because here's the thing, right? First of all, that brother was fumbling, bumbling, and stumbling because I pray that the brother didn't end up paying for the extra plates, but he said that he wouldn't, right? But he was saying it, and he sounded like he was a little scared to answer the question. Right. When in reality, he shouldn't have been scared at all. This is the first date, and this sister had the nerve to go on this date and expect this man that she don't even know, like, and she don't even know if she gonna like him or not, because it's their first date. She expected him to buy food for her kids. Read that for me, Shalimar, please.
This is from the Isupk security announcements. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months.
For how long?
For 6 months. Uh-huh. They're to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world, and they need transportation teach will arrange it.
See what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I had the brother read the 6-month rule is because this should not just apply to the school.
Right.
This is something that should be applied across the board. Right. And what this brother showed was he was willing to do the 6 months. At least it seemed like that they was on the first date, right? The reason why I implemented that is because I need brothers to understand just how important it is to get to know who it is that you might potentially be dealing with. Because the whole thing about it is, if she expected him to pay for her kids' food on the first date, what do you think she's going to expect on the second date or the third date? You get what I'm saying? That's the whole thing about it. That's why it's so important that we take the time necessary to get to know who it is that we might potentially be dealing with, right? And the crazy thing about it is, again, it's our fault as men. The reason why she was able to have this type of expectations is because she's done that before.
Right.
That's the whole thing about it. And you know what's sad about that is, as a woman, before you went out on a date, shouldn't your first priority have been to make sure that them kids was fed in the first place? That's the priority number one. You probably wouldn't have bought a new outfit. Probably wouldn't have bought you some new shoes. Probably got your hair done. You seen the size of that woman's head. Listen, she was in that shop for a while getting that hair done. I'm trying to tell you. You know what I'm saying? Your head like that in football. If y'all go and watch the video for yourself, y'all gonna see. Listen, she got dome. Boy, you talking about Louisiana Superdome, right? I'm telling you. And so the whole thing about it is, though, again, we have to stop gassing these women. We have to stop doing it. All these niggas talking about today tricking if you got it. Yes, it is.
Right.
It really is. You niggas is pushing that because you don't want to look moist. So you push this agenda to make niggas say, it ain't nothing. I spent $200. Nigga, I make that nigga in 20 minutes. Nigga, what's $200 to me?
Right.
Tricking is what it is. Nigga, it's trick money. It doesn't matter how much of it you got. Because the whole thing about it is the only way you're able to practice bro is because you spent this money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No ends, no skins.
Right.
Nigga, I spent that back at 95. Don't sleep. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother. Mm-hmm.
Just hearing that brother speak, he just sound like he ain't got no back.
None.
Like the woman is just cheat checking.
Nah, you right.
You gonna feed like what you eat, you not gonna pay.
See what I'm saying?
Sound like she probably had the country.
See what I'm saying? That's how she was talking, because she was real aggressive and he was real unaggressive, right? That's excellent. I didn't even think about that. But you hear like she really was like appalled at the fact that this nigga won't pay for a meal. Now, let's just say, I say he should, but let's just say, hey, if I pay for these meals, you gonna top me off in the car?
Right.
And she gonna look at the nigga like he's crazy, right?
Right.
Nigga, I want some nothing. Nigga, I'm finna pay for all this food. That's the least you can do. Nigga, what the fuck? Nigga, fucked up. Bitch, you got me fucked up. Nigga, you want me to pay for all this goddamn food? Nigga, you gonna give me like a handy at the minimum? Here, man. Now again, everything I'm saying is broadly speaking, and I put it out there example. She would feel disrespected. You don't even know me like that. We on our first date. And you ask for some noggin? Okay, if you ask me to feed your kids I've never even met, and I probably won't me. The reason why we on this date is because their daddy don't want nothing to do with you. That's why we in the first goddamn place. Right. Now see why their daddy don't want nothing to do with you. You dig what I'm saying? Go ahead, Sean Mark.
So like,
that's what he was hoping for.
No, that's all we got. But I was gonna say, I so wish that women are the biggest advocates. They don't want to be womanized. Right. They don't want to be seen for one thing and all of that. But the man that's willing to pay for all your kids, he's only doing it because he just wants to eat. That's it. He's not seeing you for anything else. So he's willing to do whatever it is required to make you drop your goddamn drawers. You see what I'm saying? A woman that values you is going to tell you no. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get to know you still. That man in that video, as soft as he was, he cared about that woman enough to tell her no. You see what I'm saying? A nigga that don't give a damn about, and this is the mentality switch that our women need to have. Mm-hmm. A nigga that really don't care about you, he's going to pay for everything because he knows that's your value. That's the cost to get in bed with you. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? A man that values women, he ain't gonna sit up and do all of that. He's looking at you. You see what I'm saying? So like,
no, 1,000% correct. You know what I'm saying? Give me Proverbs 10 and 27 real quick. Go ahead, Lord.
Yeah, I know video. And he's not like that. But he didn't stand on his shit. He really like, I'm not paying for shit. It's a manager here. But the reason, if we go on and we're going to listen, that he started thinking like that is the fact that they pulled up his phone. Like, it is, which is like another thing that we got to talk about on the topic. It's like, the moment she pulls out the phone, like calling the police. Like now you weaponize all social media.
Right.
against me.
Right.
You look like I'm the shit nigga.
Right.
In reality, you're the one. You're the shit mother.
Right. Absolutely. No, you want that person correct.
Like, he's in here. He doesn't want to be like I got all my stuff. I got all my stuff. I'm good. I can go get another chick. But if you put me on social media and make me look like I'm a shit nigga, I'm going to lose all of the potential. Why potentially, you know, I'm not gonna be able to go out and exist the same way because you got that and quote unquote expose me. You did a camera. You know what I'm saying? I just want y'all to know, like, he knew. I mean, the reason that he's not like that is because this man's about to lose his whole image. Like, she about to try to destroy this man for not taking care of her kid. Like, I was like, it couldn't happen to me. You know what I'm saying? But I understand why he went in defense mode instead of attack.
No, I can dig it, and you're right. But the whole thing about it is, any self-respecting woman would actually look for that brother. And the reason why I'm saying it is because, again, how could you expect a man to pay for your kids on the very first date?
Right.
Because, like I mentioned earlier, you would think he was wrong if he asked you to do some type of sexual favors in return. You look at it like he's crazy. You see what I'm saying? This is the type of mentality that our women need to have. Go ahead and read it, brother.
It's like
Proverbs 10 and 28, 27, start at 27.
the book of Proverbs, chapter 10, verse 27.
Uh-huh.
The fear of the Lord prolongeth days,
Uh-huh.
but the years of the wicked shall be shortened.
Are you reading 27? Proverbs 10 and 27?
No.
Let me see. Hold on. No, it's like 31 to 27. That's my fault.
Oh, it's like
31 to 27. I wrote it down.
No.
Wait, I didn't read that? No, I do. I definitely want 31 and 27. Let me read 10 real quick. I might want that too. But yeah, go to Proverbs 31 and 27.
no. The book of Proverbs, chapter 31, verse 27.
Uh-huh.
She looketh well to the ways of her household.
She does what?
She looketh well to the ways of her household.
She looketh well to the ways of her household. Go ahead.
And eateth not the bread of idleness.
Eateth not the bread of idleness. So she's not sitting on social media all goddamn day. She's not making random posts, and she's not trying to make a brother look like a bad guy because she didn't get what she wanted. She didn't get her way. Keep going.
Verse 28. Her children arise up
Mm-hmm.
and call her
And
blessed.
call her what?
Blessed.
Call her blessed. Right? Which means they look at her and they call her blessed because they look at her with reverence. You know what I'm saying? They look at her and they hold her in high regard because of the way that she carries herself. You see what I'm saying? A lot of these girls are a product of their mothers. You see what I'm saying? The ones who are quiet and humble and go about their business, you know what I'm saying? And it's not, just out here wilding, it's because that's what they saw at home.
Right.
The ones that's the complete opposite, there's a pretty good chance that they grew up going to parties with their moms. You know what I'm saying? Moms teaching them how to twerk,
Right.
making videos and all these different things. See what I'm saying? So when your daughter ends up pregnant at 13, you want to get mad at her, but in reality, you really should be mad at yourself.
Right.
Because it all starts at home, right? But if there's a brother in the house that you did not run off, then that brother, along with that guidance from that woman, you know what I'm saying, will raise that child up, you know what I'm saying, to be a reflection of said household, right? That's it on that. Go ahead, brother.
I could. This scripture also goes to women that like men should just pay for everything. You know what I'm saying? Buy everything and buy their kids food. You see what I'm saying? This is the definition of idleness out of the Merriam-Webster dictionary. The state of being inactive, not working, or having no employment.
See what I'm
And
saying?
the Bible is saying that a righteous woman is not going to be unemployed.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to be not working.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Not looking around for a man to pay for every goddamn thing.
Right.
A righteous woman doesn't eat from the table of idleness. Like,
See what I'm saying? So that's it on that. I just want to speak on that real quick because the whole thing about it is The whole thing about it is, brothers, don't be scared to stand on what you believe in. Right? Have some discipline, have some dignity, and have some courage. Like you gotta think about this ain't even your woman.
Right.
So nigga, if you ain't scared to tell the brother ain't your woman what time it is, nigga, you really gonna be in trouble, you know what I'm saying, with when you finally get a woman.
Right.
She gonna run all over you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be like, damn, what's that on your back? What's that on the back of your shirt? You got a boot? Yeah. It's two of them. Yeah, nigga, cause she can walk it all over your dog. Nigga, what's wrong with you? Oh, like, no, man, listen. Again, it's the same way that we seek to correct our sisters, we are going to correct our brothers as well. You know what I'm saying? The Lord said, gird up thy loins like a man. Too, have some integrity, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever allow yourself to be weak up under a woman because you see what happened. The reason why so many Duncan Hines niggas out here today all comes from Adam. So now, half these brothers out here is a Betty Crocker.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They didn't brands even exist. Y'all probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about right now, right? Niggas said Duncan Hines, Betty Crocker. Y'all don't know what the hell it is, do y'all? Man, you niggas is the worst. Listen, man, these are companies that make cakes. You call these niggas cake ass niggas what I'm saying. I was trying not to say it, but since you young ass niggas don't know shit, I'm not gonna call them cake ass niggas. Damn, y'all niggas ain't no hell. Go ahead, brother. Man, I'm gonna feel like I'm in this motherfucker myself. What the hell's going on in here, man? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
This is that officer, because the first thing came to my mind when you read that was how a lot of these women you hear them say, "I want to be put up." I want to be a trophy. I want to be the trophy wife. Right? They don't want to put in no work.
Right.
They just want to sit pretty.
Right.
Yeah.
And
They act like dragons. They
Yeah.
talk like how the sister was talking, and treat a brother like we not royalty.
No, you know that's true. Yeah. No, absolutely. And which is exactly why I said earlier, it starts with us. The day that we start correcting them, and I say we as a whole, because we do it here, right? But the day that we all start pushing that line is the day that they won't have no choice but to change.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? This is like real quick, man. I didn't spend as much time on it because this topic I'm going to go into is super heavy, right? But here's what I want y'all to understand. Right? The whole thing about it is this. You putting this woman on this pedestal, you're enabling her and empowering her to have the funky ass attitude that she has. So to a certain extent, you almost can't get mad at them to a certain extent. And the reason why I'm saying to a certain extent because you're a grown ass woman. Right? You should claim it. And it's so funny how on one hand, I don't need no man, I can do it on my own. And then in the same breath turn around and say, yeah, I want my nigga to do this, and this. You realize that you're double talking? See what I'm saying? This is the problem. And you wonder why, you know what I'm saying, men look at you as nothing more than sex objects. You see what I'm saying? Because you're advertising yourself and you're promoting yourself as a prostitute. Well, if you want to sleep with me, I need you to do this, and this. Sounds like you're selling yourself. But then you want to be respected. But yet, everything that you got on is see-through. But you expect to be respected.
Right.
You can't have it both ways. You see what I'm saying? But again, it starts with us. The day that we start really putting these sisters to shame for how they conduct and carry themselves, the sooner these sisters will stop thinking that this is cute. You see what I'm saying? I think it's real foolish that in 2026 we don't know how to separate entertainment from reality. You got your Megs, you got your Cardis, you got your City Girls, you got all these bras that get on the radio and all they talk about is shaking ass and all these sexual things, right? And so our women focus on that part. You know what part they don't focus on, Shalom? How all those women don't have a man. Now, if these bitches are so bad, how come they can't keep a man? Help me understand. Now, these the baddies of the baddies, right? How the baddie single? Because in reality, you're not a baddie. You're a baddie on the outside. But on the inside, you really are a baddie on the inside because you're bad, but not in a good way though. You're bad for business is what you are. You understand? That's the reality. You know what I'm saying? Ask Jalen Green. We talked about him a couple weeks ago. How do you think he feel about Drea now? Yeah, he had her on his wall. You know what I'm saying? When he was younger. You know what I'm saying? And now he put that same post on the wall and he's shooting at it. See what I'm saying? Because he realized, damn, this ain't what I thought it was. And a lot of men, once they come to that realization, they get gone. See what I'm saying? If these women were so bad, why they body count so high? Because they can't keep a man. And this is what women are looking up to. But again, with all that being said, us as men, we have to do better. Because they're probably gonna get tired of hearing me say this, but I'll stop saying it when we start doing it. How about that? I'll make a deal with y'all, Israel. I'll stop saying that we gotta do better as men when we actually start doing better as men. How about that? Okay, man. That's it on that. Although everything I just said actually does tie into the lives of Christianity and different religions, but I got some videos that I want y'all to check out, right? And I'm probably not gonna be able to cover all the scriptures. I'm gonna try to get through as many of them as I can. Though the first video I want you to start with is the hiking video. The white man that was on the hike with the sister. I don't know if y'all seen that video or not already. That video went pretty viral, right? The dude claimed that he was joking once he found out that there was a camera involved, right? So check this out.
TikToker goes viral. The video of her day saying he was going to kill her during their hike before realizing she was recording.
See what I'm saying? Now this sister, when she made her mistake at, going full circle back to the beginning of the class, once you learn who you are, you start to separate. This right here is why we need to separate. Read it again from the top, please.
TikToker goes viral after sharing a video of her date saying he was going to kill her during their hike before realizing she was recording.
Now, what black man, first of all, we really don't go on hikes like that, right? That's how you know we need to separate, because women don't even like to walk, let alone go on hikes. And the first thing they worry about, you know what I'm saying, is that stinking ass weed that they got in their hair. You know what I'm saying? They do too much walking, so they go hiking, the shit might catch on fire. You see what I'm saying? There's all kind of bats in that goddamn thing, because that shit get on there for 7 months. You see what I'm saying? You take that weave off, and I guarantee it's a fucking beehive under that thing. You understand? You get too close, you might get stung. I'm trying to tell y'all. This is the problem. We because of Christianity and that whole God loves everybody and the traitor MLK, this is what happens. Keep going, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying, though, man, and for those that weren't able to hear the video, just want to see it as well. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you can pull up the story, right? It says TikTok goes viral, you know what I'm saying? She was on a hike with her dude, and he said that he was going to kill her. What better place for a white man to kill somebody in his natural habitat? On a hike, going towards the cliffs, right? Go ahead, Shalom.
Disbelief. Not really. That really surprising me anymore. But she went back on another day. You know what I'm saying? It's like that wasn't even enough. It's like women love to talk about their intuition and how they got all of this women's intuition and all of this instinct. The cracker told her, "This is where I was going to kill you." And when he realized she was recording, he said, "Oh, I was just joking. I was just kidding," and that was enough.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's like,
and I don't wish this on there at all. However, Romans 6:23 says, "For the wages of sin is death." We read in Deuteronomy 7th chapter that you are not supposed to make marriages with the other nations. You know what I'm saying? Right. And when you make marriages with the other nations, that is a sin. And so I'm not wishing this on the sister at all. However, we end up seeing her on the news. We know why, right? Grab this story for me about the brother. Excuse me, that was a foster in foster care. Grab that one for me, please. I don't know if y'all seen this one or not, but or heard about this one. Man, I've been waiting. Like, listen, please don't take it the wrong way. I do not look. I don't get it. I don't get happy about these stories, but I look forward to bringing these stories out in class because I'm trying to drive home a point. Because I can sit here and I can say all kind of different stuff, right? But the only thing that's better than the things that I can say is that when you find out that the things that we're talking about in these classes are unfortunately happening in real time. You know what I'm saying? So now this is a sad and unfortunate incident, but unfortunately it's one of the things, right? Go ahead and play it when you got it, brother. I'm not sure if it's a video, it might just be a story. So yeah, this young brother right here, man. Again, everything that we get ready to cover, these videos and these stories, right? It's all once we go into the scriptures, it's all gonna tie in like always. So our brother looking for the video, right? If anyone has anything that they want to add on, you know what I'm saying, or have a question, you know, while the brother's looking for the video, you know what I'm saying, feel free. But again, I'm not going to stop calling the so-called white man for his crimes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For the last few weeks, that's been my main focus, and it's going to continue to be my focus because I need our people to wake the hell up. It's starting to happen more and more and more. And the whole thing about it is, at some point, we have to get tired of turning on the news and finding out that another brother was found, dead. You know what I'm saying? Another sister was found in the woods. You know what I'm saying? Another brother went on a fishing trip. You know what I'm saying? With his high school buddies. You know, and he was the only one that didn't come back. You know what I'm saying? This sister went camping in the woods with her college roommates, and everybody came back with her. We have to get tired of that at some point. You know what I'm saying? And with this knowledge, it's like, okay, man, okay, I get it now. Let me fall back. This shit right here, this ain't it. You know what I mean? I put up the camera, security camera at the house, right? And I was using a chair because I didn't have a ladder, right? And the cat across the street, right? He said, "Hey man, you want to use a ladder?" He's a so-called white man, and I was hesitant because I'm like, okay, what do you want?
Right.
What's your angle, right?
Right.
So I said, you know what, man? Yeah, if you don't mind, right? And so he let me use the ladder and everything, right? And you know, in the midst of that, he goes, "Yeah, man, if you ever need anything, you know, let me know. You know what I'm saying? We neighbors and all that kind of stuff." I'm like, "Oh yeah, man, right on, man. I appreciate that." Soon as I got done putting that camera up, I didn't say, "Hey, you come get your ladder." No, I folded it up and took it back to him. Right? Because the whole thing about it is, as much as I did appreciate that, right? I don't never want him to think that we cool like that.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That's when we make the mistake. Oh man, that's not there, man. He cool as hell, man. Let me use his life. Yeah. That just was a race 400 plus years of oppression, right?
Right.
Like, come on, man. You got the video? Please. Mm-hmm.
13-year-old foster
How old?
A 13-year-old foster child killed like 2 other foster kids living at the same South Carolina politician's home.
You living where?
In the South Carolina politician's home.
South Carolina. First of all, South Carolina.
Right.
And a politician. Keep going.
Daryl Martinez Lowry, he was killed in Modoc, South Carolina on July 20th, when 2 teens allegedly held him, quote unquote, underwater until he became deceased. Layden Moore, 17, and a 16-year-old have been arrested in connection with the killing. There's an image.
Yeah, you get my point. You look at the picture of them cats, and that tell you everything that you need to know. And unfortunately, this young brother, he had no idea because who knows how long he had been living in that foster home with them dudes. But the fact that they was older than him, chances are they were stronger than him. But the fact that it took two of them, you know what I'm saying, let you know that brother probably had some fight in him. You get what I'm saying? But the whole thing about it is, this is a brother whose life was taken at the hands of two so-called young white men. Let's not forget that brother's name, man. What's his name? The young brother's name, man. 13 years old, y'all. Brother ain't gonna get to go to the prom. Brother don't get to experience homecoming. Brother don't get to graduate. And I know these are all worldly things, but these are all things that as teenagers we look forward to. You know what I'm saying? The brother won't know what it's like to be a father, but none of these things. So Lord allow, you know what I'm saying, in the kingdom, you know what I'm saying, that brother comes back in power. And them two devils, you know what I'm saying, they come back as his slaves. You know what I mean? Let me get that video about the lynchings. Let's get that one. That's a good one here. I'll check this out. This right here, very, very interesting right here. I want y'all to hear this. I want y'all to hear this real good because this right here is the so-called white man at his finest. Right? This is what he does really well. You know what I'm saying? He deceives. So for those, because I remember one time, you know what I'm saying, we having a conversation with these cats, it's Christians basically, and when I asked him, when I said the white man was the devil, right? He said it doesn't say that in the Bible. I said no, it does not say verbatim that Esau or the white man is the devil, right? I said, but we all know the devil means deceiver, right? And I asked the brother, I said, who has done more deceiving on the earth than the so-called white man? And the brother's answer was Israel.
Right.
That was his answer.
Right.
That man with a straight face told us that Israel is the biggest deceiver on the face of the earth. Please listen to this video and tell me who the biggest deceiver on the face of the earth is. Listen to this video, y'all.
Names of Black people that were lynched, and it was deemed a suicide. In February of 2026, about to give you a list of names of Black people that were lynched, and it was deemed a suicide. In February of 2026.
The brother made a video of a list of Black men that were found hanging, and they were all deemed as suicide. So now, based on history, when has that ever been how we've taken our own lives? Now, I'm not sitting there saying that Black folks have not taken their own lives. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, throughout history, how did the so-called white man make examples of our people? Go ahead. Hanging up some trees. So you're telling me that these brothers, all these brothers, so now that's the new thing. So I know there's TikTok videos everywhere where they got new dances, new songs, new products to try, and you're telling me that the newest thing now is brothers hanging themselves from trees. Play the video, brother, please.
Just months ahead of the World Cup, Cal Basinga was found hanging from a tree in Marietta, Georgia. Investigators ruled his death a suicide, saying they found no evidence of foul play. But his family has publicly rejected that conclusion. Then 16-year-old Juliana Nazita, who was reported missing before she was found hanging from a tree on church property in Charlotte, North Carolina. Police ruled her death a suicide. Her case sparked outrage because many people questioned how a missing Black teenager could end up dead in those circumstances with so many unanswered questions. There's DeMartravion Trey Reed, Denoris Richardson, Tori Medley, Robert Fuller, Malcolm Harsh, Lennon Lacey, Raynard Johnson, Keith Warren, Jermaine Carter, Roy Veal, Otis Bird, and Deontay Hopkins. And many of these
just ran off. You're telling me every single one of them decided to take their own life. All of them that, and he wasn't done by the way. Just for time sake, I had the brother cut the video. You're telling me that all them people were found dead, and all of them were determined as suicide. And y'all expect us to believe that. The fact that it's 2026 and our people are still being found hanging from trees should let y'all know that ain't nothing changed but the date. But get the white supremacy video. This next video, and I put these back to back for a reason, because there's some stats that was compiled by, it was either the FBI or the CIA. When the brother put a video, he's gonna let you know which bureau is the one that compiled the data. But this data targets a specific race of people. Now, mind you, we just listened to a video of countless black men and women who were found hanging from trees, and they were all called suicides. Now, watching the brother reads this report, though. Check this out. Because this right here, so when you think about the video that the brother just played, and you hear what the brother's getting ready to read, you can easily put two and two together, and it won't be hard to figure out what's going on.
White men. This is about white men.
It's about who?
White men.
White men. Go ahead, brother.
White men make up 29.4% of the U.S. population. 69.8% of rape. White.
69% of rape arrests were white. Keep going.
65.8% of arrests for offenses against family children were white.
65% of arrests for abuse of family were white. 65%, mind you. Keep going.
59.1% of violent crime arrests overall were white.
59% of violent crime arrests were white. This right here is for all those people that go on our Facebook videos, and when we post a video about what so-called white man did to a black man or a Hispanic man or Native man, and the first thing that come out their mouth is, what about the black on black crime, right? Well, according to the reports, 59% of violent crimes are committed by them. Keep going. Some interesting numbers, mind you, because those numbers say something different than what they be saying in our comments. And the fact that they respond with such venom goes to show you that we striking the nerve. Every time we bring out something that they've done, like the fact that they run to the whole "what about the black on black crime?" The first thing that goes through my head is you're trying to justify what your people are doing to my people. See, my people have a problem, and there's no denying that. However, the biggest reason why we have a problem is because y'all won't leave us the hell alone. That's the biggest thing. The scripture says, "Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad." You know what I'm saying? And because of Christianity, so-called white men has been put on a pedestal. The same way black men put these females on a pedestal, well, us as a nation have put the so-called white men on a pedestal, but he created that with the Bible, right? Y'all realize that the so-called white man is the only one, or the biggest one, that push that Christ is the Most High, right? And because they push the agenda that Christ is the Most High, they created an image of Christ. And that image of Christ is the so-called white man. So basically what they're saying is the so-called white man is God. And so because of that, and because they've been pushing that on us for years and years and years, we've been trained to believe it. And so now when we look at them, we see them as gods or as God. So this is why when a brother does something to another brother, it's on. It's automatically up. But when a so-called white man does the exact same thing, oh man, it's a bit man. I ain't gonna talk about that shit, man. Anybody, whatever. That's why. Because that image of Christ that sits in everybody's church. Go ahead, Shaka.
I can read the statistic real quick.
Please.
Just going toward the
67% of the white men.
Uh-huh.
It said those are the ones that was arrested. It's like, I'm gonna read this. Out of every 1,000 sexual assaults in the United States, roughly 950 perpetrators walk free because most cases are never reported,
Don't say.
lead to very few arrests, or result in convictions.
Mm-hmm.
With over 433,000 victims of sexual assault annually, hundreds of thousands of cases remain unsolved or unpunished each year. So while it's 67% of white men that get arrested, right, that actually get held accountable, we can only imagine the amount of white men that get away with so many of the sexual assaults every single year. So
That's a heavy point. Who compiled that research on that video? Where did those stats come from? Because I believe it says it either at the beginning of it or at the end of it. According to the who? The FBI. So don't look at me. Don't accuse me of making it up. Y'all can look it up for yourselves. This is a report that was done by the FBI. So now I had a few more story style videos that I wanted the brother to play, but for time's sake, I think I've made the point with the videos and with the stories. Now we're gonna tie it all up in a nice big bow right now. Somebody give me Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, chapter 12, and start at verse 10. And the reason why, one of the reasons why I want to do this topic is because I did a TikTok video. Isupk Las Vegas on TikTok, by the way. Isupk Las Vegas on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, any social media handle that we have. Isupk Las Vegas, how you can find us, right?
that's right.
And on TikTok, I did a video, you know what I'm saying, talking about the unfortunate demise of brothers at the hands of, you know, the so-called white men, right? And so the name of that video, I titled it "Never Trust Thine Enemies," right? And some so-called white men, of course, he commented on the video and said, God did not say never trust thine enemies. This is what he said. So now, can somebody please read me Ecclesiasticus in the Bible, chapter 12 and verse 10, please?
No. The book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 12, verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
Never trust thine enemy.
What?
Never trust thine enemy.
In the word of Captain Cesariak, that would be a body bag, everybody.
Right.
Keep going.
For like his iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
Right? So now, let me ask y'all this, right? So when iron rusts, what does it do to that iron? Go ahead. It loses its integrity. It starts to break down. It's like the equivalent of a disease, right? Right. Go ahead.
The rust also covers it. It like covers the iron.
Yeah. And eventually it ends up destroying it, right? So he's saying as iron rusted, right? Go ahead.
So is his wickedness.
So in other words, the same way that an iron is rust, because it's just a matter of time before that iron begins to rust. It's only a matter of time before his wickedness is displayed in some way, shape, or form, right? Keep going.
Verse 11.
Though
he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hadst wiped a looking glass. And thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away.
You see what I'm saying? So, like the sister that Shalimar was talking about in the video, the hiking video, right? Because he appeared so kind and humble and everything, and he said he was just joking, she went on another date with him. But if she had heard this scripture right here, she would have never went on a date with him in the first place. Because she would have known who her enemy was, right? Keep going.
Verse 12. Set him not by thee, lest when he have overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place.
You see what I'm saying? He's going to sit next to you and he's going to act like he's happy for you. He's going to act like he's cheering you on. He's your biggest supporter and all that. But the whole time he's laying in wait, he's plotting to take your spot. That's the so-called white man. How do you know? Ask my so-called Native American brothers. Ask them how that worked out for them. Ask them what happened to their livestock. Their biggest commodity. And I say this with all due respect because there's some so-called Native Americans in this room right now. And I really don't even like bringing it up because I know how touchy of a subject that is. And I say that with no disrespect whatsoever. However, I need to point this out because these brothers know what time it is. There's a whole bunch of so-called natives out there that despite knowing the history, because of how he presents himself today, they forgot. Keep going.
Neither let him sit at thy right hand.
See what I'm saying? This is why you don't go on fishing trips. This is why you don't get on boats with them. This is why you don't go on dates with them. You know what I'm saying? This is why you don't do nothing more than borrow the ladder and give it back, right? This is why you don't go in the house for tea and biscuits or whatever it is that they do. This is why. Keep going.
Lest he seek to take thy feet.
Come on, man. Keep going.
And thou at the last remember my words and be pricked therewith. Verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent?
See what I'm saying? For time's sake, real quick, if those that are not familiar with a charmer, a snake charmer is, you know what I'm saying, a dude that come out with I believe it's a flute, right, Shalimar? He play that music and he makes the snake come out the basket. That's a flute, right? And so what happens is he comes out the basket and he actually starts to dance, right? But if you don't play the right tune, the snake will bite you, right? And so the Lord is saying, you know what I'm saying, don't take pity on the snake charmer. Why is he saying not to take pity on the snake charmer? Why the hell are you playing with snakes?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's like Chris Rock had made a joke years ago when that tiger attacked. I can't remember if it was Siegfried or Roy, but if y'all don't know who those are, them some cats that were real big in Vegas years ago. Two so-called white men. They did a show, and they main thing was they did shows with tigers, and they had the tiger doing all kinds of tricks, right? And I believe it was in rehearsal. I believe the tiger, I think he like clawed him in the neck or something like that, fucked him up, bottom line, right? And the joke that Chris Rock said, man, because they were saying that the tiger went crazy and lost it, and Chris said, nah, the tiger went tight, right? And the whole thing about it is, some people thought that was insensitive, but in reality, why the fuck are you playing with tigers? That's what we should be thinking. It's no different when we go to the zoo. And when you was a kid, you didn't know nobody. You went to the zoo, you thought it was cool. Me being an adult, I hate the zoo. Right. Because I hate what they've done to those animals. These animals supposed to be running wild and living free. But you put them in cages, the same way that you put us in cages. You treat animals just like niggas. You put them in cages, you throw food at them. And if they want more food, they got to do tricks in front of an audience. Dance, bear dance on a goddamn dance, you little sea lion. Here, play with this ball on your nose, sea lion. When he should just be chilling and minding his own business. You see what I'm saying? Keep going.
Or any such as come nigh wild beasts.
Right? Or any wild beasts, right? I just broke that down, right? I don't know if y'all seen the video, right? Real popular video, this just happened a couple weeks ago. It was this older white dude, he was with his grandson, and they out in the forest, national forest, right? There's a wild bison running around, right? Y'all seen that video? Man, listen, man, I cannot tell y'all how many times I watched that video. I laugh every time because two things that went through my head. One, why the hell are you out there? Especially you being as old as you is. What the hell made you think that you hiding behind this goddamn tree was going to protect you? The other thing that came to my mind, Shalimar, is you'll never see a nigga out there with no goddamn wild animals. Ever. Shit, nigga ain't finna get me. As soon as we thought we heard one, what we doing? What are we doing? We gone. We hear footsteps. Niggas out of there. It might have been a toddler for all we know, nigga, but if this sounds like danger, nigga, we gone. Keep reading.
Verse 14. So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity?
See what I'm saying? Again, this is manifold because the whole thing about it is, right, if you trying to change your life, but you was a drug dealer and you constantly hanging around those same drug dealers, right? Now, you might not be selling drugs no more, but you hanging out with them in the area where all the drugs are being sold. If the police decide to do a sweep that day and you get caught up, whose fault is that? That's your fault, right? So who's going to feel sorry for you because that one day that you decided to go over there, you ain't selling drugs that day. But you shouldn't have been over there in the first place. I call stuff like that self-inflicted wounds. You know what I'm saying? If you show up to your slavery late every day and you end up getting fired, they not fired. Nigga, you fired. What you thought they was gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying that you gotta be no kiss ass and nothing like that. Ain't nobody saying none of that. But we all know that we call them slavery for a reason. Because we don't do it because we want to. Nobody in here believes that I drive cement trucks because it's the highlight of my life. I enjoy doing that more than anything else. No, I do it because it pays the bills. That's it. That's all there is to it. I don't look around and take pride in all the houses that are being built throughout this city. Oh yeah, I was born up there one day. You see that right there? Yeah, that's me up there. It's not me. Because I don't own none of it. I can't even afford it. If I drove through there with my car, they probably wouldn't even let me in. There's been times I went through certain areas in that truck, and even though I was in that truck, they still looked at me like, what the hell is this nigga doing in here? Even in the truck, you know why I'm here, but you hate me that much you believe I don't belong there. You see what I'm saying? That's how they feel. You get my point? But the whole thing about it is, all I'm trying to say is that we all have slavery because we all got over it. You know what I'm saying? So if you're in an area that you know you shouldn't be in that area get shot up, and I'm not wishing that on nobody. All I'm saying is you can't go to areas that you know are gang infested and go in there, and if there's a gang sweep or if there's a shootout, you expect people to feel sorry for you. When in reality, you knew what time it was before you went over there. You get what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
For a while he will abide with thee,
Mm-hmm.
but if thou begin to fall, he will not tarry.
See what I'm saying? He won't even be worried about it. So-called white man, he will act like he cares. He'll act like it, but in reality, he won't. Once you fall, once whatever happens to you, it'll be business as usual for him. Keep going.
Verse 16.
Uh-huh.
An enemy speaketh sweetly with his lips, but in his heart he imagineth how to throw thee into a pit.
You get what I'm saying? Now, ain't that funny that we just played a video earlier where the sister went on a hike with her quote-unquote boyfriend.
Right.
So now he made it seem like everything was cool. This is a hike. Me and my girl were going on a hike.
Right.
But he wanted to kill her. He wanted to take that woman's life. And y'all really be sitting here acting like we're making this stuff up, but we're reading about it. Earlier, y'all could have said, oh man, that nigga go talking again. Here you go again. But now we're reading the Bible. So now, if you have a problem with what's being said, you don't have a problem with me. Your problem is with the Most High. See what I'm saying? So now that you're hearing this, instead of trying to come up against it, and when I'm only talking to my people right now, instead of coming up against it, why don't you get in class? Instead of trying so hard to fight the truth, to embrace the truth, because nothing else has been working. We've been trying the Christian thing. We've tried the Buddha thing. We've tried the Islam thing. We've tried all these things. It's gotten us nowhere. But if our so-called pastors, our so-called religious leaders was really teaching us the Bible, they would know that the reason why we was able to get out of Egypt is because we obeyed the Lord. This is why we celebrate the Passover every year, because we obeyed the Lord and the Lord heard our cries and he seen that we were obeying him and he rewarded us for it. And if we want to be rewarded like that again, we have to take heed to his words, and we have to take heed to his words that are being delivered by the prophets. And the only place that you're going to find prophets, you know what I'm saying, like in the old days of the Bible, you're only going to find them in here. You're not going to find them in church. And the reason why you know that you're not going to find them in church is we all grew up in the preaching church in some way, shape, or form at some point in our lives. How many of us actually knew that there was a such thing called an apocrypha or the 1611? That's how you know that we're not being taught the truth in the Christian church, because I never heard of it. I had never even heard the Passover story. Or the history, I don't want to call it a story. I never heard the history or the breakdown of the Passover. Never heard it in all my years of church. Keep going.
Now God, he will weep with his eyes, but if he find opportunity, he will not be satisfied with blood.
See what I'm saying? And we all know that the so-called white man has a never-ending thirst and lust for blood, right? What verse was that?
16.
Okay, let me get 17, please.
If adversity come upon thee, thou shalt find him there first.
If adversity come upon thee, y'all should find him there first, right? So you think about whether it's, and I don't say this to make light of it at all, but whether it's Nolan Wells, whether it's Laquan McDonald. That's the crazy thing about it is one of the stories I was gonna bring out. One of the brothers who lost their lives was related to Laquan McDonald. That's the crazy thing about it. You see what I'm saying? Mike Brown, Kai Gurley, Trayvon Martin. I can go on and on and on and on and on. Y'all get the point. Just know when calamity falls upon our people, just know who's sitting there, you know what I'm saying, pulling all the strings. You get what I'm saying? So that's it on that. Let me get Leviticus 20 and 26, please. I'm gonna do a couple. I'll try to run through this as quick as I can. I really don't have that many left. So since I started late, I'm gonna go and finish this. Let me get Leviticus 20 and 26.
The book of Leviticus, chapter 20, verse 26.
Shoot.
And ye shall be holy unto me. For I, the Lord, am holy, and have severed you from other people.
You have done what?
Severed you from other people.
So that goes back to this stuff earlier. You know what I'm saying? In Deuteronomy, you know what I'm saying? The Most High called us a holy people, and he said that he put us above all people, right? Now, but we just read Leviticus. He severed us from everybody else, right? And I get it. Because of Christianity, we really think that we should really love and try to really like have relationships with other nations, right? You're going against God. Every time you push up against us, you're not pushing up against us because we're reading out the Bible. And there's no scripture in the New Testament that you're going to be able to pull that says, see, we are supposed to love each other. We are supposed to love the other nation. We are supposed to come together. Because we all are followers of Christ as we claim to be. Y'all show me the scripture where Christ was with the other nations, where he was kicking it with them. Where when he went out there teaching on the streets, he was teaching for everybody to come back together. Or was he trying to bring the 12 tribes of Israel back together? See what I'm saying? Let me get Proverbs 16 and 25. I'm trying to run through these as quick as I can.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 25. There is a way that seemeth right to a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
See what I'm saying? So now on the surface, man, what's wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? Going on a boat trip. It seems hard. I've been working with this guy for 3 years, man. He bring lunch. His wife makes lunch enough for me and him. You know what I'm saying? We watch the football games together. We do all these things together, man. Like we kick it, man. Right. I was at the wedding. You know what I'm saying? I was at all his birthday parties, right? So you think it's all good, right? It's because Martin Luther King was so good at talking. He made it sound so good to where it's like, well, damn, maybe we should, you know what I'm saying, join hand in hand with the white man. But the reason why we should have known that he was selling some bullshit is because the only thing he was pushing was joining the white man. What about everybody else? That's one thing I want y'all to think about. The only time that people get offended with what we say is when we're talking against the so-called white man. We say anything about the Chinese, the Japanese, or any of them, that ain't no problem. We say anything about Africa, that ain't no problem. Say something about separating from the so-called white man. And that's when you get all that venom in the comment section. See what I'm saying? And what's so funny about that is we seen the videos just from today. It's clear that they hate us, but yet you don't want to be you hate us, you take our lives, but yet you get mad when we talk about something. You know? That sounds like the mind of a child. See what I'm saying? Let me get I can read that again one more time.
Book of Proverbs 16, verse 25. There is a way that seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death.
The ways of death. See what I'm saying? Let me get Proverbs 11 and 21. I think I'm gonna end it right there because I think I'll make it point. Let me get Proverbs 11 and 21.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 11, verse 21. Though thou hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Listen, man, no matter how much that cop table, no matter how hard he pushes for forgiveness and love for the so-called white man, no matter how many white women he decided to marry, it doesn't matter that Patrick Mahomes married a white woman or that his dad married a white woman. It does not matter how many little white babies run around, you know what I'm saying, because some sister let some devil, you know what I'm saying, put an evil seed in them. It does not matter. You can join hand in hand all day long. You will not stop them from being wiped off the face of the earth. You know what I'm saying? And to prove that, I know I said that was the last one, but the Bible says prove all things, right? I want you to read that scripture again, and then I want you to go to Ezekiel 35 and 6. So read Proverbs 11 and 21 again, and then after that, let me get Ezekiel 35 and 6, and we're going to end the class on that.
No, God's book of Proverbs 11, verse 21. Though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished.
Though hand join hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished, right? So now, who's the wicked? Let me get Ezekiel 35. For context sake, start at 1 and then drop down to 6.
Okay. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, verse 6.
It's like read verse 2 so we can get the context of who he's talking about.
Verse 2. Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Do what?
Set thy face against Mount Seir.
Against Mount Seir. Not with them, not to defend them, not to join hand in hand with them, but against Mount Seir. So now, if y'all was paying attention in class a couple weeks ago, I gave y'all the definition of Mount Seir and who comes from Mount Seir, right? And to sum it all up, we all know that that is part of the Caucasus Mountains, which is why they are called the Caucasians today. This is why a lot of them don't know that they're Esau.
Right.
We read the definitions. For those that don't believe or don't want to accept it, get your Zondervands and read it for yourself. Read the definition of Esau for yourself. Right? Now, if you could drop down to verse 6.
Verse 6.
Therefore,
as I live, saith the Lord God, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Sit down, have not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
See what I'm saying? Because all you've done is kill with the sword, or with the rope, or with the gun, or with the taser. I had a video, right, that I was gonna play, and it was this cop. I don't know what the sister did, but whatever she did, she should not have been getting beat up by that cop. The way she was getting beat up to the point to where he even pulled out his taser and tased her. I might, you know what I'm saying, play the video next week. Just so y'all, just for those that aren't in the school that's watching, just so y'all know that I'm not making this up. I actually have a video saved that I could barely watch because it hurt me that much. Because whatever she did, mind y'all, this is a female. She did not deserve to be manhandled by that cop the way she's being manhandled. In that video, the only reason why she's running away from him is because she's in fear of her life. And if you see how she was getting tased, you would understand why she was running. And so because you love and pursue blood, the Lord will make sure that blood will pursue thee. You understand? There is no getting around it. I understand. I get it. Your pastor, your imam, and all these different people have told you You know what I'm saying? Love thy neighbor as thyself. They have told y'all that, but they did not tell y'all who y'all's neighbor was. In the Isupk, we are here to tell you that your neighbor, according to this Bible, is another so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native American. You understand? Nobody else. You know what I'm saying? The Lord has not dealt so with any other nation, according to the scripture. You understand? And with that, preaching off the shop.
This is the Isupk security announcements. We are the Isupk. Started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They'll be saluted only. They are here to check themselves in the world. And if they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months for the brother and sister record each other. And after this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in the book of Numbers, chapter 18, verse 21, as well as the book of Malachi, chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, which means 10th in the Hebrew, or by Shirah. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest funds is a free will offer for a priest, not mandatory whatsoever about your life. Upcoming holy convocations, we will be here at 1239 East Charleston Boulevard in Las Vegas, Nevada, acknowledging the memorial on the trumpet, September 11th, 7 p.m. Go to isupk.com if you are in a different zone and you would like to attend and figure out what you can do to acknowledge the Lord's high holy day. And if any brother wants to become a trooper in the school, start wearing out black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. With that, minute is right mantle, which means to stand. We'll give one courtesy to the teacher. Minute is our Shabbat.
Thumb.
That's the time.
Sorry, we're gonna face the sisters because just in case there's someone watching online.
Count. So with the sisters, we're gonna give one courtesy to the sisters. Minute is our Shabbat. That's the time. This minute.